Okay, loading another run for Stellaris. Just wait for it to load. I've noticed when I rewatch my videos that I kind of try to explain something and then I get distracted, stop explaining it, try explaining something else. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on myself to make sure that if I start explaining a situation, I finish explaining the situation instead of being sidetracked. It's something I'm going to have to keep an eye out for. Okay, so we'll load the last game. Okay, so also rewatching the other videos, I've noticed they've really changed the gameplay quite a bit. Pretty sure I've got a science vessel going to that. Where's that? Track on map. Yeah, there we go. Science vessel's already there. I've noticed that if they've got set up like that, they must have outposts everywhere. If they've got outposts everywhere, that must mean the outposts are a lot cheaper than they used to be in the previous game. So I'm gonna see what I can do about building an outpost. Lacking. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is instead of building an outpost on every single star, I'll build it every second star, because outposts still cost maintenance to just to have them. Where are we? Over here. Still cost maintenance just to have them, for sure. And then when you upgrade them to a star base, yeah, okay, so science failure. Once you get over the 3 here, the 21 here, the 5 here, you're gonna get a penalty. Your ships are gonna cost more to maintain in general. I'll research that anomaly. Your star bases are gonna cost more to maintain, so you're gonna lose energy and mineral just because of that. And as you can see, my food's dropped because I didn't have enough on Alpha Centauri. They should have built it themselves, but we'll just have a quick look at that. More food, there we go, we'll build it there. And that should give them +3 food for 2 from that, 1 from that, we 3 altogether. It'll be 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So I need a 4th one, but I'm upgrading the farm, so that when I upgrade the farm, so I'll get an extra 1 per farm, so there'll be 3 for that, then there'll be 4, 5, and 6. So that'll be, for that, be 4, and then I can clear another 2. If I clear, I actually won't clear that till I'm certain that I've got the farms up and going. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is try to build a outpost every second system. That way the influence will grow, and the maintenance of them should be like 1 or 2 energy and mineral, I would assume. So in doing that, oh that's right, I've got to build the outpost there first, don't I? Okay, amusement park. So if I go here, this should give your planet some sort of bonus happiness from memory. So I have a, how is that possible? How can it not be habitable? Amusement park, is it this one? Oh, okay, I thought the amusement park was a building that was on there that produced happiness. Must be thinking. I've played so many of these space games that I'm not entirely sure which one's which anymore. So I want to... There's my colony ship right there. So if I send the constructor down here, I'll speed up the game a bit. If I can send my constructor back here, a new faction, science doctorate. I'll pause that and have a look at the faction. This is what I mean. I try to explain something pops up and I get distracted. So the science faction, Xeno. So these are 30 cents on native interference with. Okay, so we can, with these planets here, when you put a surveillance outpost on there, they're happy for us to surveillance the planet to study them for the points, but we can't interfere. There are 3 levels, I think. Just looking, interfering with their culture, and actually abducting them. I think that's the 3rd level. But when I build an outpost, we'll go through all that. Okay, so that planet that had those 3 life forms on it was the triple. Close that off. Where's that triple system? Here. So when I said I need to purge them to get this here, this faction, now that it exists, if I purge the aliens from the planet, they will get unhappy, which will create unrest. So I was a bit wrong. The factions just pop up randomly after a certain event. You got a percentage chance of them popping up, and every time you do something that's against their list, their support goes up. Their happiness goes down. If their happiness goes down, support goes up. More people will join them, and eventually they will have their own little planet, and they'll take a planet from your system and keep it as theirs, and then you basically have to fight them to get the planet back. Okay, so they'll welcome any refugee. So let's just say this empire here is at war with this empire, or even there's some empires that can enslave their own population. If they're enslaving their own population, or this empire is taking over and there's no planets for them to live on, they will flee the war zone into your zone and populate your own planets, want to populate one of your planets. So what this faction is saying is they're more than happy to welcome refugees, which I'm more than happy to do. The more people you have got, the better mining of resources and stuff you'll have. So as long as you've got your food up, so I've got to build that farm and keep that above 0. As long as you've got your food up, they will keep coming to your society, because you got a positive and everything. They'll see your society as more positive than another empire that might have less resources to help feed them when they flee from this empire. So they could go to yours or any other. Okay. I guess this is what I want to do anyway. I want to go to diplomatic, sorry. So they want diplomatic traditions, and that's what I'm going for anyway. I'm going for a federation diplomatic kind of build. So they're happy with that. Land grab, outright invading, primitive worlds will displease. Okay, so that's again, these are primitive worlds. They've got a primitive culture on them. Okay, I haven't got an active survey, so I can't actually see what's going on. But they're a primitive world. I can't invade and take their planet. If it's a Class M planet, I wanted that Class M planet. Tropical world. So that's, yeah, 60%. It's not the best, but it's still good. This one is Alpine -20, which is basically just a cold M class. And where was the third one? Over here. So this one is Alpine. So a cold continental. Habitability of 20. So you can actually get Alpines with a higher habitability on them. But for now, yeah, you're just getting those small ones. So what I'm going to do is build the... get back to this. I'll keep the game on pause so nothing else pops up. So I'll build the outpost. Hopefully the influence will drag towards here, drags towards there, and these two will drag towards each other, and this whole sector here will become mine within my influence bubble. Now, if I want to create a sector connecting this, I can't actually do it, because the actual connection, you actually have to have space connected. So to connect here to here, I'd have to connect this system. So that star system, you can see this flat line is obviously connected to this one. Then once that's done, you'll have a flat line that will be connected to this one, and you can just keep adding systems. Now what you want to try to do is I try to go for 10 per sector, 10 systems per sector. So if I were to populate one planet, that's one system. And what this does is how many systems you directly colonize. So if I colonize a really good system, has 10 planets in there, and I colonize all 10, it still counts as one system. So you want to keep the planetary systems at whatever level you want to go to, but I like to keep it at 10. Research the possibility of getting up to 10 planets in one sector, and I just give them 10 sectors that have planets, and then like this one here has no planets. That doesn't count because there's no planets on there, and the resources will go to them, but it will help them build their economic structure faster, and you don't have to worry about it. Just your economy will just go up and up and up because they're just focusing on energy or whatever you've focused on. Like I said, I'm going to try to probably make this one research. They always have the research, energy, research, and minerals. Energy, research, and minerals. And I don't worry about a food sector because, again, you should be able to maintain your own food. They should have built a farm themselves, that they obviously haven't. So I'll move this one down here, and hopefully they'll stay there. And once the farm is built, I'll get +3 food, and then once the science is finished, I'll just upgrade those 3 foods, and I'll get +6, and that will just cover that plus 2 extra squares for later on. But again, if I clear this one, build a farm on it, I'll get 4 food out of that by upgrading the farm, and that'll be the 1, 2, 3, 4 red ones, and I'll just have that 1 square. But there's no resources on this, so I don't really need to clear it just yet. I'll have that 1 square that I need to get food for, and by then, by the time I've built this planet up and got all these squares cleared, I should be able to upgrade the farms yet again, and then I might be able to delete one eventually and still have enough food for them. But yeah, as you can see, it's gone to minus that, but I've got -1 here. What happened? 5, that's 10. When did that drop down? How did that drop down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I must have cleared some. Oh, I cleared that mineral resource so I could get the building, but then I didn't want to use it. So yeah, now I've got to wait for the research, 6 months away, so I can upgrade the farms and they'll be fed. Okay, so we'll go back to the Galaxy Empire, go back to the factions, which I got distracted from before, again. Diplomatic traditions. Yeah, so no outright invading. They want us to join the Federation. That's what I want to do. I want to create a Federation. So if well, you can't really do anything about this, so yep, so as soon as I build an outpost on one of these primitive planets, that should make their influence go up by a certain percentage. It might only be 0.1, but when you add all the different factions together, and the influence being used, you'll get 3.1, and then if you allow refugees to land, there'll be another percentage. I'm always adopting traditions, diplomatic, so that put their percentage up. I won't be invading the planets because you're just better off getting the research from them, to be honest. It's until late game, you're better off just getting research from them. I want to join the Federation. Okay, and the whole point of the game is to contact new people, so this faction is really good for my society. I shouldn't have them give them any unrest, because I don't plan on doing any of the things that will make them unhappy, and a lot of the things in the list I'm planning on doing anyway. Okay, keeping at least. Okay, so they're unhappy because of this, so their unhappiness is going to rise and their support is going to rise. That's why they went from 5 to 6. So I've got to try to keep my energy up. But once I build those star bases, that should be quite easy. I think I got 10,000 because I built the research. Yep, 10,000 for each. Yep. So that should be quite easy to keep it up from this point on, because I don't spend a lot of energy. I spend minerals. I've got to keep the minerals up. Controlling at least one strategic resource. Okay, so strategic resources is something you've got to research, and every time you get one, it will pop up here, and you can actually trade them. But I think if you get 2 of the same, only one will work for you, and you can trade that second one off to another empire, and or give it to them for free if you want, and that will just make them happy and probably more likely to join your federation. So as long as you have one of these, they'll be happy, and that should come along pretty soon. I'm pretty sure any of the research trees will have at least one, because there's one resource that helps your hit points and armor get stronger. There's one that's for hydroponics, fertilizer. That benzine stuff. I can't remember the name of it. What was it called? Benethine. What was it? This one here. The Thirian stone. So that should be in the energy. And once you research this, you can build that energy plant, get more energy again. So that faction, as long as I keep hitting the wrong one. As long as I keep the peace, as long as I don't start the wars, they should be fine. Developing the price degree, not engagement. Okay, I think if you're at war at all, they'll be upset. So if you get into a war, you want to try to stop it as soon as possible. And if you can stop it as soon as possible, you should be able to get them the people that are angry with you happy with you, and you might be able to get a federation out of it. Okay, so traditions. I have to see what's that. Prosperity. Here we are. this one. Don't really care for that. Don't really care for that. Okay, so this is your starbase upkeep. So every time you build one of these, your upkeep, show up here? Upkeep is 1 energy. So the energy upkeep will cost, so it will go down to 0.9 energy just to keep it running. Now I've got 2 star bases, a shipyard and a star base. So that's the, you get an outpost, then a shipyard, then a star base, then there's 2 others that I can't remember the names of. But that costs 1 and that costs 1. So just to have the stations there costs 1 energy. Luckily it doesn't seem to cost any minerals. So as long as I build them and then build mining around the stations, I should be able to get my minerals back up again and start maintaining a larger fleet of ships from the last game that we discussed. Okay, and go back to the factions again. I should have done this one at a time, but again, I'm getting new to this. Okay, non-violent spend. At wars of aggression is when you start the war. Okay, so if any of these people that are part of this faction work on an energy resource, your energy on that particular resource with that particular person will drop. That's only if you start the war. With this one, I think it's if you're at war at all, they will be unhappy. With this one, if you start a war, they'll be unhappy. So that's like a double whammy right there. So you want to try to avoid war, which I'm going to try to do. Okay. Ethics with church. Well, yeah, ethics is spiritual is what I've chosen my ethics. So that's, I don't even know why that's there. Can't set foot on tomb worlds. Now I want to get rid of this group, or try to weed them out, because tomb worlds, as I showed you the last time, if I can remember where it was, Tundra World. It wasn't too far away from the main base. I remember that because I hadn't researched any. Savannah. I don't remember it being that far off from here. Arctic. Ocean. Okay, I don't know where it is. But the tomb world was pretty big. It's got 0 habitability, so you can't put any organic life forms on it. It only can take robotic life forms. So I really don't want to make the faction unhappy, but I really want to use that tomb world, because tomb worlds are pretty good overall for production of stuff. Declaring an unspoiled Gaia world. I don't even know how to make it hollowed, so that's probably a new thing. Or maybe building a temple on it will make it. I've got a holy planet, so yeah. As soon as I get the research for that, I'll build whatever I need to build there to make these guys happy, and again get more influence. Oh well, the whole, again, we're spiritualists, so this doesn't make sense. And why am I getting any points for that? Like 100% of my population is pretty much spiritualist. That's the whole point. This might be an event that pops up that you have to say yes or no to, so I'll have to keep an eye on that one. Harmony, I think, is one of the ones I really wanted to get. No, lifespan's pretty good. Okay, so if I do anything that displeases the factions, this will make it less likely, or give them less hatred towards me because of it. As you can see, a defensive war is when you're being attacked or the other group starts the war. And then an aggressive war is when you start the war. So as long as I'm in a defensive war, they won't be too unhappy. Now I wanted to get this. Yeah, so unrest is that. So they can't get to 100%. They only can get to 80. But still, anything above 0, there's a chance of them leading. And then this. I really want to get this. If I can build this on it, one on each planet, that will just keep the food going. I just think the maintenance is a lot higher than a standard farm. A farm might just be 1 energy but this could be like 4 or 5 energy, so you have to look at the costs of that. But like I said, my energy should be going pretty good once I get these star bases built. Okay, and we'll just have the last 2, I think it was. No, it was the last one. Oh yeah, so 2 of those things I really want to look into anyway, so these people should be happy. There shouldn't be any unrest, because I don't plan on doing any of the things that make them unhappy. So we'll start the game again. I'll find my constructor, wait for this to get to the next lot. How much was it? 50. So I'm going to have to wait quite a while. I think it's 43. So it's going to be 100. Oh, I've never seen the decimal points go that far before. As long as it's just 43.2. Okay. So they're really into the calculations. Well, that went pretty quick. They're really into the calculations with this latest update to the game. Now I want to. Pretty sure I moved them back in. Colony ship is on its way. Yeah, so they've really gone into the math behind it. Apparently, like, when you had this system, when you start off, that bubble used to encompass all of this. So you could just build outposts all the way out here on the last game. But now your influence doesn't even reach the next system. You have to build more planetary systems and more.
Salvage preserved.
Okay, so this is that research, that timed research where I destroyed the pirate fleet. I must have missed the first one, like when the first fleet attacked. But all my research now, when autocannons comes up on the next...
Survey complete.
This is why I'll pause it. Well, I'll just pause it quickly then. So next time my autocannons comes up here, 10% of it will already be researched, same with the afterburners. So as you can see, this is weapons and energy. So there's nothing in there that's for society, because the ships are not for building your empire, they're for defending the empire. So all the sensors that use an energy output, the fusion core, the physics research in general, I got 25 points of research in there, and 40 points of engineering. So that just bumped it up. Yeah, so all these researchers, if they ever pop up, I'll show you that they've actually dropped by 10%. So as you can see, as you get more and more research, this goes up to 684. So as you get more, as months pass, you get more and more research, it just pops up. So when this autocannon starts, it might actually be 68 or 69 of 684. So we'll have to see what happens when this finishes. I can check the next. Hopefully one of these 3. The likelihood of one of these 3 should be pretty strong. I'll just pause that. Check the research. Growth speed is growing very well at this point. I only have 1 at the moment, but this Gaia world, I can't remember if there are any tile blockers on it. I think the whole point of a Gaia world is it's perfect as is, so you shouldn't... Yeah, so there's no tile... Oh, there is a tile blocker, mountains. But there's very little tile blockers, and again, I can probably get an edict that I can get more land mass, so... Farms are done. I don't really need this because I don't really use, as you can see, I didn't put a governor on this world. So I'm going to choose this one. And as you can see, that went up a little bit. Okay, so I'll show you here. If you go to the planetary system, where are we? No governor, there you go. If I go to Earth, I've got a governor there. So what you do is you go to your sector planner, planets and sectors. You go to your sector planner, manage sector, and you should be able to. Where are you? Oh, there you go. Assign leader. So you can recruit one. Again, they're 200 each, and as you can see, the 3 different symbols, 3 different types of governing. Okay, so this will output more research. So he would be good on the Gaia world, just because I'm going to send that as a research sector. So sector-wide, he's going to produce 10% more research all the way through. Food, again, food is not something you need to worry about. And again, if he dies, then all the food that he is producing will disappear until you put a new governor in, and that governor will not necessarily produce food. So you could be above the food point, Like, you could be at 0, but as soon as he dies, you go to -2 or 3 because the population is not doing 10% more food. They're doing just the standard 100%, not 110. So I never go with food ones because you really should keep a close eye on your food in the first place. Again, governors don't really need the experience as far as I know. Like, they might get a new trait, like this thing. After they gain experience, they'll get another, there's a chance of them getting a new trait, and the new trait could actually be this or that. But again, I don't waste my time with governors. Again, this new game might have changed that entire system. You might have to have governors, but there are 1,000 planets. I try to have 10 per system, so that's like 100 sectors you've got to look at. You're not going to have 100 governors. So we'll do this. We'll go back to the research because that's almost finished, and then hopefully one of those 3. Okay. I'll wait for this to get to 100 or just over 100, and then I'll build.
Research complete.
The okay, so we've got one. Okay, we'll pause this and I'll show you. So you can see that these top 3 would be the standard 3 you would have gotten in the first place, have just popped up, and then the bottom 3 are the 3 things you got 10% of. Now, Corvette build speed. I don't really care about the Corvette's build speed because they build fast enough as it is, and I really want to focus research on the larger ships. So once I get to larger ships, I'll increase the build speed. Okay. Okay, this outputs more minerals, but as you can see, the energy goes up from 1 to 2. Nebula. Okay, that's new. 5 well, that's good. You get 5 minerals for 2 energy. That's a pretty good swap out. Like, yeah, more than 2 for 1. That's 1 for 1. So it's not really worth it. But planetary wide, the new building for your planet, the planetary wide process is 10% more. So if you can get 10 mineral on one planet, that energy for that one building, because you only can build 1 per planet, is worth it. Okay, so I'm going to choose this one just because I need to get my minerals up anyway. Corvette speed I'm not worried about because once I can get stronger ships, I'm not going to worry about Corvettes all that much. Weapons, I just researched a weapon so I can upgrade my ships, and you will see that this will go up. Hey, it's already gone up by itself. What's this? Fleet can be upgraded. Okay, so I'm going to get that. I'm going to... Okay, there you go. They're the ones that have been researched. And what's this? Surveyed system. I'm going to unpause it. Oh, the science ship has stopped. But I can auto. Now he's just going to, you can see where he's just going to go there and automatically scan that. Once he's finished that, he's going to choose one that's random and then scan that. But now that he's randomized, I'm not going to be able to scan this arm unless I stop him from being randomized and put him back here. But I'm not going to be able to do that for a while anyway because of the mining drones blocking my path, and I've still got to get my ships up to about 1,000. So let's see, we've got 7 ships to upgrade. It's going to cost 42 minerals. I can put off the starbase for now. I can upgrade that and watch 272. Look how fast they upgrade because they're so small.
Ships upgraded.
Whoa, that went up 100 points. Okay. I might actually be able to do this with the amount of fleet power I have. I might be able to just send a whole small ships in and just swarm these drones, because I don't think there's going to be like 100 drones. I think there's only like a half dozen. I've already got half a dozen ships, and then if I just keep going building the ships, be able to swarm them and just destroy them, and then I can just carry on. Once this science vessel has scanned up here, I'll just keep get them to scan here and keep going. But once I destroy these drones, I can actually scan the debris like I did at my home base and get more technology. Okay, so yeah, he gained a trait when he gained a level, so maintenance cost of his ship will be a little less. So your energy might have just popped up like one point or something like that. Awesome. Pause this and have a look. Now, so they want these two. Okay, so I've already got this one started. But I really want, yeah, I'm going to case that, and then that. So if I just finish this off, go make one of them happy, and hopefully I'll get one of these anyway, and makes them happy. I might get more influence from them. Shipyard build speed and building speed by 15. Yeah, it's not really something I care about this portion of the game. Okay, and again, not interfering with them makes them less likely to be more and more unhappy. But as soon as I start getting systems here, our influence bubble will touch their border, and then we'll get border friction. And border friction is always a negative influence. I think even on, no matter what empire or border friction was with. Okay, and I can build a starbase. Now it doesn't actually outpost. It doesn't actually say what the maintenance is on that thing. Does it say here? Monthly upkeep for a start. It doesn't. Mining station, research, outpost. That's observation outpost. Ooh, mega structure. I've got a. I don't know what they've changed this to, so I'm gonna have to check that out at some point. Hang on, but the starbase is 1. Upkeep is 1, but here it says it's 0. Mining stations, yeah, are 1. There always have been, but maybe the building an outpost. Building an outpost might be classed as a starbase because it's a base in the stars, and therefore it's going to be 0 to build it, but it's going to be 1 to maintain it once you've upgraded it. Okay, so my research, so hopefully, yeah, there should be 2 that are 10% finished and 3 that are randomly selected. So let's have a look, 1, 2, and 3, yep. Blue laser, colony, again I don't really need that, actually that will drop the Gaia world colonization from 2 years to 18 months, I think. Don't really care about the sensors just yet, fusion reactor just yet. And again, every time I destroy a ship at this low level, I should get another 10% on a lot of these low levels weapons and stuff. Combat rolls. So this upgrades your ship computer to help with what you call hit percentage. So every time you upgrade your onboard ship computer, you'll upgrade a certain type of role within the ship, and I'll show you that here. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, fleet design, it's right above it. They've changed it again. Okay, so here you can have an engine, a radar system, and the computer. So that thing I'm going to upgrade is going to upgrade my ship's computer. So tracking helps with finding the ship, and then that tracking might go up to 25 or 30%, or it might actually add also slight damage, increase to your damage. Okay, it's almost finished. Where are you? You're right there. So I'm gonna go click on this. Click on this system. Why won't it let me click on this?
Construction complete.
I want to click on the system. Oh, I've got sector mode still on. Okay, I didn't realise. Okay, colony ship. I want to colonize you, and I want to. If you build the colony there, you lose the society research. If I build it there, I get the food and the energy bonus, but I lose one here. If I put it here,
system survey complete.
I just get the energy and energy. It's not really a good layout. It's a good planet, but it's not a good layout for that. So I can get 4. No, I'm going to build research no matter what. So I might just put it here because I'm going to get a bonus for the food, the energy, and again I'm not good with names, so I'm just going to leave as is. He's going to travel there, take 2 years, and then I can just build another mineral here. Just give me a little bonus, even though there's nothing here. I can build a mineral farm. And yeah, get a bonus there. And again, the food's gone up because I built that farm on Alpha Centauri. So once this is finished colonizing, I'll turn it into a science sector. And as you can see, instead of having a little tiny bubble, a little bigger than it usually would be. So this constructor, I will just, I'll have to wait. I'll send them up here because once I turn that into a sector, it's going to start building its own star bases. So I'll send them up here, build an outpost. Okay, how much is the outpost costing? It doesn't actually have a maintenance on it. Okay, we have protected principle, pre-space alien simulation. I get a fourth one, so if that's closer, yeah, that should be up near, hopefully that's up near that pirate thing, the drone, so I can actually, nope, it's down here. Okay, what's this? Okay, so this is where they're going to build their starbase Yulon system. So let's go there. Must be dealt with. So, okay. So it doesn't actually. Yeah. So I've got no active scan. A new skill, but it doesn't actually tell you what it is. It doesn't actually. So I'll go there. Oh, that's my governor. Okay, so what's the new skill? And as you can see, my farms are upgraded, so I can get another one. 1-2 food. That'll give me the 0 and then +1. So my governor, it won't kill me.
Aggressors spotted.
Okay.
System
so
survey complete.
Go there. Okay, how much? You lot can go down here. Actually, I might. Have I done that yet? Where's the
System
option?
survey complete.
Where's the option? It used to be right here. Fleet manager. Nope, that's not it. They've changed it again. Where is it? I want to. Oh, they've taken out the. They've taken out the option to make the fleet itself the rally point, but you can reinforce. Can I afford to reinforce? So I don't have any minerals to build another ship. Okay. So what's this? What are they attacking? Oh, the starbase. Oh, it doesn't matter. The influence is already growing from here. So once that starbase is destroyed, this planet will still keep growing. So I won't actually lose that system because of this. Massive crater. Okay, they're almost there, right there. So they're strong.
Fleeing aggressors.
Who are what? Who? What? Where? Hi. Pirate station. The science ship already knew there was a station here. Ah, wait. Hang on. Oh, so the pirates can expand. Their station is here, but they've expanded over here. That's different. I think that's different. I don't even remember that happening. Guess I might be able to destroy their base here if it's not strong enough. I'll turn off aggression so they don't automatically attack. I'll just quickly go in here and see what they're and again I just had that timed survey, so I'll research that. So once they start to warp, I'll zoom into the system, but they're taking their sweet time about it. So 7 of 8. I assume that means that this particular fleet can only hold 8, but I can have. Oh, you stay here. I don't know what's. Oh, that's 72. Yeah, you can take that out. No problem. Okay. Ooh, no. Take out them first. Look at their shields go down quick. Okay, so.
Handshake protocols activated.
Okay, so it's been long enough. I'll have to go to the contact tree and see exactly. Oh, that's awesome. And then I'll have them once their shields go back up. You can see here where the armor's down, but the shields are up. So what? Well, armor's at 3. It's only a small base, so I should be able to take that out. I'll pause this so I don't lose a month in research. Okay, there's no armor being researched down here. And as you can see, they went from the 600 range up to 1,000 now, because whenever you get a new planet, you get a penalty. So it was 687 or 82, and now it's gone up to 729 because you get a penalty for each new planet you have. So these would have been about 1,500 possibly. Now they're 1,700. I want to upgrade my armor. If you got strong armor, then the weapons. Oh no! I can unlock the destroyer. That's what I want to do. I want to get bigger, stronger ships. Unpause.
Battling aggressor station.
Okay, so we'll click on this. We have encountered something. Blah blah blah. Okay, so this like space aliens, not important. Oh, it's an asteroid. Oh, outpost, not an asteroid miner. Okay, so I'm gonna send these guys back and have them repair. Might be able to get them to upgrade as well. I'll wait till they finish destroying this. Oh, the outpost doesn't have weapons. Strong room module. One day I'll remember to turn that off. Okay, yeah, so the star bases don't get destroyed. They get upgraded. Okay, so I will send this fleet home to... No upgrades available. I'll send them home to repair. No, there's no starbase there. So what did I get? Said I got a module. Okay, so this wreckage is also timed, so I'm going to find this science vessel. Once he's finished with this one, you can research this one as well. So whenever you want to do more than one thing, you always hit shift and then right click and select. Okay.
System survey complete.
I will send my constructor. He's already...
New frontiers established.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't do it there because the pirate station's only 72. That should be higher than that. Well, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to upgrade my... repair my fleet and then send them over here to destroy the outpost before they build another fleet to send at me. So I destroyed a 200 fleet in that system, and then I had to destroy another 200 fleet in that system. So they obviously have several fleets, and I only had the one, so luckily my fleet was stronger. Okay, this is the second civilization. Okay, pause. We speak on behalf. Depraved speech. Okay, so they obviously don't like us already. Okay, so what are they? Oh, so we're kind of freedom fighters and they're not. Okay, they've got a caste system. They've got a ruling class instead of freedom of democracy and all that sort of stuff. And they're xenophobes. They're going to hate us, and then because first contact it'll be -20, so they're going to hate us for at least 20 years. And again, we want to be divine, so we'll say divinity, and we'll find out. Ooh, yeah, I've got to really get up this arm because they can just easily grow in. So if I can get up this arm, but again, if I colonize up here, I'm going to have border friction right across there. Whereas that's just slightly smaller, but again, any border friction is just bad in general. Okay, constructor. Okay, are they repaired yet? I haven't even gotten home yet.
Preserved.
Ah, there you go. So 10% more for all the weapons, so I don't have to research those lower levels, because if I keep destroying these sort of things, these little armies, I'll just get the research from that without actually researching it. Finish the research completely. So 72. Okay. so as soon as these guys are done... Actually, I might build another planet since I've got... Are they already finished colonizing? Why would you colonize there if you need food? That doesn't make any sense. Hydroponics... And again, once I upgrade my hydroponics, I'm gonna need those for now, but once I upgrade them, I'll be able to delete that minerals or something, but it's gonna, because it's only the one hydroponic area, it's gonna take a while to get that done. And again, there's no bonuses on this planet. So what do I want to do? Build that. That's right, I want to turn this into a sector, so I'm going to pause this, sector number 2, create a new sector, and this one. Then I want to go back to sectors, and I want to give, oh, I don't want to give them any minerals, dang it. See, I gave them a couple of hundred minerals, they would have produced a couple of hundred by now, but they're only down to 26 because they've been building their own infrastructure. Whereas energy costs, as long as they keep it above 5, they can just keep building their infrastructure. So I'm gonna turn this one into a research focused area. I don't want them to redevelop because I might place a specific building on a resource that they don't need, but because they will build to respect the tiles, even if they don't need it, they'll build something that they don't need. So I've got redevelopment turned off. I don't mind if they colonize, because if they colonize on their own, that's way off. Okay, so unpause. Unpause, I says. Okay, so I'll do this. Instructor. As soon as these guys are... Oh, sorry, I want to build one more Corvette. Oh, that was really quick. That was extremely quick. How did I get 19? It was 7 before. Oh, I've got to really keep a close eye on that. Ship upkeep. Huh. Well, I'm building my ship, so I'm going to get my ship upkeep down for now. And let's see. Energy is points. I should have checked that before actually see what the upkeep was beforehand, so I could actually see the drop. You live and you don't learn. If you're me, you don't learn anyway. Okay. Again, I forget to unpause the damn thing. Okay, come on, chameleon. Okay. You are where? You are back in the home system? No, you're at Alpha Centauri. Oh, because there's a star base there. That's right. But have you noticed... Oh, I lost a ship as well. Okay.
Construction complete.
I'm going to put them back on aggressive because I really don't care if they... I'll close that before I screw that up.
Salvage preserved.
Awesome. And now this science guy can randomize. He's going to go back down to where he was.
System survey complete.
Awesome. I think he's got one more system to survey, and then he will automatically stop. Where have we got him on? Oh, that's right, he's going to come up here, so he's got 2 more systems to survey, and then he'll stop. Okay, so I'll close that off, because I don't really care. I want the civilian ship, military ship. Don't care about that. I want to keep this. That's another thing. If this, as you can see, like, it just collapses down. So if you don't want this to be too big, just hit the tabs and close it. We have second contact. Okay, now we can see what they have. Hang on, what? I am extremely confused. We can see their outposts here, observation posts. Oh, so we can't actually see their bases. We can see their planets. Okay, there you go. So he's got 3 planets. I've got 3 planets. They've got 3 planets. But all through there are star bases or outposts. And they're mining all of these resources for themselves. So I screwed up early game because I didn't realize that the maintenance of these things was pretty much nothing. Maintenance of 0.88 shipyard. Haven't built a shipyard yet. Okay, so I've actually got the modules there. Ah, see, but I can't use these until I've upgraded. But I'm pretty sure that I saw in a another video that there was more than one module. Like you could upgrade and get more modules. So I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so constructor science. Where's my? Yeah, so I can't set them. So they've repaired, haven't they? Yep, they're all repaired. So I'll go here, click on that, and then I will click on this starbase. Well, that is their home base, so why would they go? No, who cares? Okay, so once they're there, I will build one more Corvette. Not too far off. Bump and bump it a bump. Nope. Oh, I miscalculated. Okay. I'll build one more Corvette, make sure they're good and strong. Maxed out at 8 ships. Okay, so I got 6 of 20, 1 of 20, but 8 is the maximum. So why is this 1? Shouldn't that be 8 as well? I got no idea. Okay, so where are you? You're still there. So he's gonna. So normally up here would actually say warp drive warming up, warp drive cooling down, warp drive, and it'll tell you what they're actually doing. What's he do? He has weapons range. Oh, so he gained a new trait. Now the ships cost 10% less. Okay, so he started off with 1. He got nothing for the first one, possibly that for the second one. Then he's got 5 altogether, and then you can upgrade the maximum to a level 6. So he has got 6 possibilities of gaining a new trait. Okay, I think I've gone about an hour again, but what I want to really do is get this. Are you moving here? They're not even okay. I'm not going to wait then. I'll end the video here, and then next video we'll go in and destroy the pirate base. Hopefully.
Research complete.
Research complete. Tile. Hollow temple. Ooh, there you go. So I think this will. It's not a new building. It just makes the temple building into a hollow temple. You can upgrade it to another level and get
System
6
survey complete.
unity from it. Don't care about that. That would be very useful. But again, I'm well above where I need to be with energy. It's the minerals I want to focus on. So I'll do this. Upgrade that temple when I have the first opportunity. What's this? Sector is missing resources. So is it Earth? Nope. They're doing good. They got food, and they should get +1 with that. Hang on. Oh, that's right. I ran the credits. Okay, so that'll be good, that'll be good. So one of these sectors is running low on something. I'm gonna have to do this. And I don't really care about, like that. As soon as I went like that.
System survey complete.
What, can they only store 1,000? No. Okay. I thought it would have been 2 point something, but they just go to 2k and stop. Okay, so I can upgrade a technology to get 3 sectors, and then I can build another sector for mineral production only. But for now, I'm happy for these 2. As long as these 2 produce the energy and the research, this sector in itself should help maintain the others with energy. But I've got enough energy in my own sector, and I'm going to make sure that maintains. So it says I've got +13, but I've only got 8. Because 5 of those would be for ships maintenance, and it shows you right there. Ship upkeep is -8, consumer goods is -20. But again, I think there's a research that can make the consumer goods cost less. And throughout the game, as you get further and further in, it's just a little harder because you got to build more things. So your resources go down, but as you build more things, the technology's there to make them cost less, so your maintenance goes down. So you can keep a good balance. Okay, I'm going to stop the game here before something else happens and I get distracted. And I'll see you again tomorrow. just a coincidence that I'm actually posting once a day at roughly the same time. It's not something I'd planned on, but it's when I had the free time to do it. I'm actually on holidays for the next 2 weeks, so hopefully I'll be posting a lot more of these. Because I'm on holidays, I might be actually starting a second game on the channel, not just Stellaris, but something else, but I haven't really decided on which one just yet. So I will save this game as Tuba, agree, and then exit out. And I'll see you guys next time.